Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of KBB Reviews. Out of all the new electronic devices that were released last year, 2022, that piqued my interest, chief among them was the Steam Deck. I've been wanting to provide an everyman review for what is touted as the new wave of PC gaming, the Gaming Chromebooks. Now, in this review, I'm going to give you the average everyday gamer's opinion and review of this product. As you all know, I'm not sponsored by this specific company or any company for that matter, so I have no incentive to give this false positive reviews. These are my own opinions, and from them, you too can form your own opinion about this product. Now, I own a couple of Chromebooks in varying sizes. None of them, however, are good enough to run any games and are mostly used for productivity, which is the main selling point of a Chromebook. Because it didn't have a traditional operating system, the loading times were cut down significantly to a couple of seconds from turning the device on and being greeted to your home screen. Years later, Chromebook manufacturers are starting to dip their toes into the PC gaming market by way of the first-gen gaming Chromebooks, like this here Lenovo 5i gaming Chromebook. You would never correlate PC gaming and Chromebook together in one sentence, but manufacturers like Lenovo, Acer, Asus, etc. are trying to essentially make gaming Chromebooks a thing. But is it really? Can it really replace a dedicated gaming laptop? Well, in this review, I'll be doing just that, trying to answer that very question. Like I mentioned earlier, I do indeed own a couple of Chromebooks in varying sizes, and one thing they all have in common are great design aesthetics. Lenovo has always been a favorite tech manufacturer of mine ever since I purchased my first Legion laptop. I pretty much fell in love with the design choices, not too flashy, and it didn't scream gamer. The design choice of this Chromebook also doesn't scream gamer. It's pretty much a square with rounded edges and no bumps or funky angles like the Acer Predator laptop, the Dell G15, or even some of the MSI gaming laptops. Taking a look at the front face of the Chromebook, we have sort of a 80-20 color scheme going on. We have about 80% matte, silver gray, and 20% silverish. Now, I think the two-tone color scheme for the lid is a little questionable. Not sure why they didn't just keep it one solid color, but that is just a minor thing, as eventually they will end up coming out with covers or vinyl covers you can use to cover the laptop should you wish. Next, turning it to the left side, we have one charging port, one USB 3.0, one 3.5mm audio jack, and a micro SD card slot. Now, turning this to the right, we have one USB 3.0 and a USB-C. Unfortunately, this doesn't have an HDMI port, which is expected though since it is a Chromebook, but if you have a USB-C to HDMI adapter, you can set this up to run on a bigger screen or just another screen in general. Alrighty, now to the inside of the Chromebook 5i. You have the standard Lenovo chiclet style keyboard and typical Chromebook key configuration. Now, if this is your first time using a Chromebook, the learning curve isn't too bad. Some key differences are the caps lock is unavailable and in its place is the Google search button. The power button is located above the backspace button, and some minor function keys also double as Chrome browser shortcuts. This does include a number pad, and it is a little cramped, but your hand will get used to it eventually. The keys are nicely spaced and have good surface area, so you aren't accidentally pressing other keys while typing or gaming. Now, I went ahead and set up the Chromebook prior to this review, and it didn't take too long. Honestly, about 5 to 10 minutes, but if you don't have a Google account, it will prompt you to create one, which will take a little longer. But once you get through the setup process, you have a couple of choices on which service you will want to subscribe to. Before I go into all of that, I do want to mention that this specific Chromebook, as well as the others by Acer and Asus and the like, their gimmick, if you will, is cloud-based gaming. Essentially, you are streaming these games from the cloud, which is how you're able to play them without an expensive laptop or GPU. As I mentioned, you have a couple of cloud-based programs you can use to start your journey in Chromebook gaming, such as NVIDIA's GeForce Now, Amazon Luna, and Boosteroid. For this review, I chose NVIDIA's GeForce Now since it was offering me 3 months free of gaming, as opposed to Boosteroid, which was 1 month of free gaming, and Amazon Luna, even if it was 3 months free as well, I'm not really a big fan, and I am a little biased since Amazon isn't really known as a gaming platform, and I didn't want to bother with what they had to offer. Let's go ahead and take a look at Steam, since that is the one where I have the most games at. All you have to do is click Connect, log into your Steam account, and there you go. Your Steam account is now linked to your GeForce Now account. Now to find Steam games, go back to the main hub, change the filter to Steam Games, and there you go, your homepage will populate with all the Steam games available. Now the caveat to this is that you will have to have purchased said game and have it on your Steam account to be able to play them on a Chromebook, since essentially you'll be streaming them from the cloud. At the time of this review, there are 1,528 games available from all 3 gaming hubs using the GeForce Now app. Since you'll be streaming them, you do not need to download anything and can pretty much just begin as soon as you click on the game you own. Now, moving away from the Steam portion, back on the GeForce Now main hub, it offers a number of free games for you to stream right away, such as League of Legends, Apex Legends, Your Mom Legends, Smite, World of Tanks, etc. All you will need to do is create an account to the corresponding game's website, and you are good to start playing. Alright everybody, after about a week or so with this device, well, let's just say that I'm super underwhelmed. First off, a couple of positives with the Gaming Chromebook. Now, like I mentioned before, this particular offering from Lenovo is pretty solid design-wise, although, like I mentioned, the two-tone 80/20 color scheme may put some people off. I don't really mind it as much since more than likely they will be coming out with vinyl coverings or even snap-on cases. The keyboard layout is not too cramped, and the surface area of the keys is sufficient enough to where you won't be accidentally pressing other keys while typing or gaming. The keyboard does have a couple of selectable RGB lighting, about a dozen or so that you can use to personalize the laptop. One surprising aspect about this laptop that I really like is the speakers. I'm an avid music listener when working on projects, and sometimes my ears get tired wearing headphones or earbuds, and I'll occasionally listen to music through the speakers. Now, these speakers are super clear, and you can hear the bass as well when in a small to medium-sized room. I didn't get this laptop to use it as a productivity laptop since I already own a couple Chromebooks for that purpose, and this is where my huge issue comes from. I went into this not knowing anything about the cloud-based services and how they worked, and after some time with this, I can definitely say that the cloud-based services are not worth it at this time. Think of GeForce Now as a main hub, and under this hub umbrella, you have the major PC game providers such as Steam, Ubisoft, and Epic Games Store. Now you will need to actually own the games on each particular PC gaming provider to stream them using GeForce Now app. So essentially, you are buying games from a game store to play on a laptop where you also pay a subscription fee to stream said game. So it begs the question, why would you want to buy a game that is to be played on a PC and pay for a service that hosts your game so that you can also play it on a Chromebook? As somebody who already has an exceptional gaming rig, for me, this gaming Chromebook and other variations from other manufacturers is definitely not worth it. Now let's go ahead and do the math. For GeForce Now's premium membership, which is overall the best choice to choose if you want to get your money's worth, it includes access to a gaming rig over the cloud that has a RTX 3080 GPU, the quote-unquote fastest servers, an 8-hour timed session, up to 4K resolution, and up to 120 frames per second just to stream your games. Now, considering the prices of AAA games have risen since last year to $69.99, and depending on how many of these you'll want to play, and considering the amount of times each gaming service has sales, you're looking at something around the numbers like, for example, $19.99 times 12 months is $239.88 just for the premium subscription. Now, the average of 5 AAA games purchased a year, which is $69.99 times 5, already equals $349.95. And the outlier here, the amount of games on sale you may want to purchase, so approximately here, the low end $10, high end $30, so an average of $20. And for example, say you purchase maybe 25 of these games on sale in 1 year, that is already $500. Add all these together, and you have a grand yearly expense total of $1,089.83, which you can definitely buy a mid-range gaming laptop for the same price. Oh, and did I mention the Gaming Chromebook laptops range from $429 to $650? So you're also adding the price onto that $1,089.83. Again, with this money here, you can purchase a high-end gaming laptop with a great GPU for a one-time price. Now, this number here, $1,739.83, again, that's just a ballpark figure based on my own experiences in purchasing games. It could be lower or even more for you. It just depends on what you spend your money on. Now, when you look at the numbers like that, it just makes sense that a gaming Chromebook or a gaming laptop that relies on the cloud does not make any sense and is something that has yet to be optimized. Maybe optimized is the wrong word, but in my opinion, the cost to own over time ratio is definitely not worth it. Now, to be honest, a scenario that I can think that would probably definitely be worth it is if you're a hardcore gamer who has a huge disposable income, is always on the go, always has great internet connection, then this device would be a great use to you. However, for the rest of us average gamers out there, it's more of a novelty at this point in time than actually something that can replace a dedicated gaming laptop or PC. Now, I mentioned earlier that I already have a couple of Chromebooks already used for productivity purposes. So essentially, this is just another Chromebook. Maybe sometime in the near future, cloud-based gaming will be the new norm. Again, I just cannot see this as something that would benefit anyone other than the cloud service provider at this point in time. Alright everyone, that pretty much wraps up my average everyday gamers review on the Lenovo 5i Gaming Chromebook. I really wanted to like this, I really did, but not everything is a winner. Well, feel free to leave comments on this video on what you think about this laptop and others like it. If you agree, disagree, or whatever, I'd like to see what you all think. Don't forget to like or subscribe either. Thank you so much for watching this. I hope this was informative and that it helped you all somewhat if you are thinking of purchasing this as well. I'll see you all in the next one.